They want devotion, they want values, and that is their job. So what we have to learn to do is to not only learn to communicate outside the home, but communicate inside the home. Both. Now, it wasn't easy for him to communicate. All right? And those that it's hard to communicate, you have to help if there's a problem. What I used to do with Robert is he would come in the house and I would see that he's upset either by something he said or something he did. And I would look at him. Now, for us to communicate, we must be good listeners. And to listen to someone is not to listen and do all kinds of activities at the same time. You stop, you look the person in the eye, and if there's an argument or a fight, all you have to do is touch the other person. Not slap. Touch. Not pull hair. Why do you think he's bald?
You're in deep trouble, boy.
I'm having so much fun. You see, he has teased. We have so much humor in our life. Clean up your bedroom and to put your clothes away and to make the bed this morning before you left. And I came home and you hadn't done anything. I said, do you think that could upset me? Okay. I said, you know, I feel really bad and sorry about arguing with you or fussing at you. I said, could you possibly feel sorry about hurting my feelings by not doing what I asked? And he would say, yes. Then we'd get done. He would say, boy, I'm sure glad we had this talk. I feel much better. But you see, you have to coax the person that has more difficulty slowly along until they get used to communicating. Robert and I, as I said, what we decided to do even with our kids was we had a date night. Once a week, on a weekend, we go out to dinner. It's our time. If you don't spend time with your spouse, you don't have a relationship. You cannot have a relationship unless you spend time with each other. Can you have a relationship with a friend if you never see him? Just because you come in the same house, eat dinner, and run out doesn't mean you got a relationship. Communication, understanding. We started going out and we would talk about world events. You don't start talking about personal problems if you've never talked about personal problems. I would learn from him. And then we would talk about the kids and how we could work together. And eventually we talked more and more about ourselves. That it became a ritual once every day before we went to bed. We spent 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day sharing what happened in our day. And he would give me insight, and I would give him insight, and we helped. That we know each other so well that we can joke and tease and cut up.
We got about 10 minutes.
Is that all I got?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Opposite games. You will marry opposites. Not only like I just said, but you will marry opposite energies. And that's what's written in my book, Love of Conscience. There are two energies. There are two inner energies and there are two outer energies. The inner energies will marry the outer energies, and the outers will marry the inners. Now, they communicate entirely different. Entirely different. But you marry opposites because opposites attract, and it's how God kept the world in balance. Actions. One of the partners will communicate with actions. One will communicate with words. And how does that work? Okay, the action person doesn't like confrontation. So if they disagree with what you're saying, they will show you through an action. Give you an example. I told Robert to clean the basement. I said, get rid of all those old antique cars you got down there and all those geology rocks you've been keeping and dragging around for the last 25 years. Let's get this place cleaned up. Now, if Robert asked me to do something, because I'm a word person, I would have said, no, I ain't going to do that. I'll clean the basement and I'll go through some of it, but not all of it. But he's a show person. He's going to give me an action. So I don't pay any attention. I'm busy all weekend with the family and stuff, and I go down there on Monday morning and do the laundry, and there sits the racks, there sits the cars. He didn't do anything. Now what did he show me? He showed me what he really thought, right? He couldn't tell because they don't like confrontation. They communicate indirectly. This one person, the word person, they speak what they think. They're very direct in their communication. They'll say things that offend and hurt the action people. We all think we all communicate the same way, and we don't. The action people don't like being told what to do. The word people will tell you what to do. Come in the house, and I'm a man, and I come in and I say, what have you done all day long? This house is a mess. The kids' toys are all over the place. You haven't cleaned up the kitchen. Where's the dinner? What have you done today? All right? Now, the action person has been playing with the kids all day, enjoying themselves. Didn't even think or pay any attention to the time, because some of the action people, they lose time. That's part of their chemistry, which I go into great detail in that book. Let me tell you how this works with your kids. I have an action daughter and I have a word daughter. And the action daughter comes in the house, and she is very observant. She's got asked to go to a friend's house. So she goes and sees Mom in the kitchen, and she says, Mom, can I help you with dinner? And I said, oh, thanks, honey, would you set the table? Now, she doesn't tell me her friend invited, but after dinner, she says, can I help you with dishes? And I'll say either yes or no. And then she'll say, you know, Mom, I did my homework. My homework was all finished in study hall. I have nothing to do. My friend Jane invited me to come over for an hour this evening. Can I go? What do you think you'll say? Yes. That's my action person. They can observe. They learn through, these people learn through observation and knowledge. These learn through direct experience. So the action person has got a yes. The word person comes in. I got a word person daughter who comes in screaming. She's so excited her girlfriend invited her to go to her house. She busts through the door, screaming from the time she got in the house, can I go to Jane's house? And I say, what's the matter with you? Can't you see how busy I'm cooking dinner? I gotta feed this baby, I got the little. What answer do you think? Do you have your homework done? What answer do you think she gets? No. You're gonna all have action and word people in your house. The word people will speak very personal. You can meet a